Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine behind the markets. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, February 13th. Friday the 13th. Ooh. Anyway, you notice I also got a globe. I needed a globe for a long time. And, I don't know why. I always like looking at the globe. It's so interesting to me. And I'm always talking about geopolitics. And, recently I was interviewed and I'm trying to describe how a missile goes around from the Greenland, the North Pole. And I'm sitting there using an imaginary globe. And I'm wondering, as I'm talking to the person interviewing me, my goodness, I must sound crazy. Anyway, today I'd like to talk about energy, the energy sector, which is a big component of what we do at Takeover Targets. Energy is the highest, best performing sector of the S&P so far this year. Energy stocks have soared 20% this year, which is significantly outperforms the S&P's 2% gain. And basically, what's driving that? What's really driving this demand in energy? This is something that we talked about when AI first really started to take off. And of course, there's geopolitics, war, et cetera, which has probably added $6 per barrel. Venezuela, of course, and those oil assets won't be up online for quite a while. So that's not really going to impact the price of oil anytime soon. Iran, where, the president has moved one carrier strike group into the Persian Gulf and is moving reportedly another one in there. So that is another thing that is driving, but that adds up to about $6 a barrel. The real shift, the real reason behind the surge in energy is investors are finding a real safe haven as the AI trade becomes a bit riskier. You're starting to see, the artificial intelligence trade is no longer really just lifting all boats. Some tech stocks have fallen by double digits because, folks are worried that AI is going to erode their market share. So energy, however, definitely not going to be replaced by chatbots. And last year, it was one of the cheapest sectors on the market. And you guys know that we basically love buying good stocks really, really cheap. And we really covered this very, very well in the last retirement stock. We actually just updated it last Thursday, that report that we did. And in that report, we created that report way before it was popular to talk about it. We were saying there are energy companies, everybody might have missed NVIDIA or this one or that one. There are energy companies that basically get paid. They're critical to the use of AI. So in other words, they kind of get paid when anybody uses AI. This boom in AI and demand in power is really helping a lot of these companies. And a lot of them, think about this, historically cheap, they still are. They pay big, fat, juicy dividends. They are booming with this AI. And we put together a handful of them for you in our last retirement stock portfolio analysis on this, the special report we did. And we just updated it. Simi just updated it. We did, but he actually put out the update last Thursday. So we are very, very excited. And I'm urging you, if you don't have Takeover Targets, if you have not read this report, go check it out. It's pretty special. What you're going to learn, I think one of the coolest things about it is you're going to learn that at root, every single tech revolution is an energy revolution. You think about the rise of the automobile, the rise of, trains. Trains would not have stitched across the country if it weren't for coal. They go hand in hand. When you think about the rise of cars, cars would not have been so popular if it wasn't for gasoline. It's just unbelievable. So you have a situation here where AI is this next big, massive, energy-hungry beast. And just like trains, it can't grow without energy. And we have positioned ourselves in Takeover Targets with companies that are very well positioned for that, to really ride that AI wave. And the best part is these companies, they give you great dividends while you wait for the market to reprice these mispriced assets. So it's kind of a great position to be in. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't have too spooky of a Friday 13th weekend. I am going to see my daughter in her play tonight, Susicles. I'm very excited. A bunch of my friends are going too. So I just want to say have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you Monday.